Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. And I'm so excited today to talk about our system. We've spent a lot of time over the past few years with Co-x3 to build systems for a better life. And we have done so much to improve and augment and add new components that really help us manage and organize every aspect of our lives to make it fun, intentional, meaningful, and enjoyable for us to find a true purpose in our lives and do what you can to achieve the success that we want, right? As well as making sure that everything else around, the way that we do things can be as systematized as possible so that we can get the best results that we can. But since we have so many different systems now, I wanted to spend, our time with you today here on the live stream to really map out everything that we have and show you how it all connects so that you know exactly what you might need to use by joining the system, right? And figuring out what exactly is useful for you, what's not so important, and most importantly, how everything connects so that you know how to augment it to do what you want as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So let's get straight into it. As you guys all know, when we go into any build, we like to talk about the why, what, and how, so that we're very organized and structured in the way that we approach today's conversation. So why? Why are we doing this? Well, the system has been consistently improved since our inception and new components has been added, like I mentioned. So we have a lot of systems that we haven't had the opportunity to map out yet. And our community may not know how the components connect and get frustrated when using the system, right? Because everything seems to be everywhere. So what we're going to do today is we're going to build a comprehensive mind map for all the Co-x3 systems found inside our toolbox, which includes things like being intentional, right? Making work fun, gamify your life, making sure that you can grow wealth, you can save your money, as well as a creator's toolkit and all the other systems that will be upcoming, just so you can see where everything is connecting and where we can potentially even add more value. So we know, at the end result is we will know what the system offers in entirety, so we can pick and choose what we need. So we're going to make sure that every single component is reflected inside our new mind map, as well as show how the database connect, so we have a better understanding of the system. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So here we have a resources breakdown. I've already started on this a little bit just so that I have a basic feel of how this will go today. So that's, we can speed through the process and also give you a lot of value. So the first idea is that we're going to have different sections. We're going to have the out control section, right, which is one of our template packages. And just for your reference, I'm going to go ahead and open that up so you know where that is. So we have a few template packages, and you can see inside here we have Game of Our Life, Be Intentional, Out Control, Creators Toolkit, Grow Wealth, and the Level Up course. And what we have here is, again, similarly mapped. Out Control, which is at the top. It has the components, right? So this whole thing is going to be the components. So we have to label this as well. So this is the components, component name. And then we have database name here. Then we have type of data, which is inside here, and then the description of what the database achieves. So for example, we have review cycles, which is a component. The component consists of 3 databases: quarterly review, monthly review, and weekly review. Inside quarterly review, you have quarterly review entries, right? And the description of what this quarterly review will handle, what this database is for, is that we can determine our direction and also put on the hat of a director. So something like that. So you can see that within Out Control, it's really all about bringing together the system and making really intentional reviews so that we can consistently stay on top of our systems and on top of the things that we need to do. Versus be intentional, it's all about really making sure that we are bringing intentionality into all parts of our life, from our areas of competence component, which helps us organize our life into clear areas of competence, right, which splits up our areas and values. Also our masters and trackers, which immortalizes the progress we made in our life and helps us follow through on them, which then has masters and trackers. And you can see that they're all connected because areas and values actually have masters and trackers to then help you figure out, hey, for this area of life, how am I consistently building it up, and how am I maintaining my progress as I go along with this journey as well, right? So for example, if I had an area of let's say health, right? A master of health could be potentially, these are all the nutritional guidelines that will be helpful for me, that I figured out that, hey, if I eat less gluten, this is what's going to do for my body. If I eat less sugars, this is what's going to do for me. And if I drink beetroot juice, this is what it's going to do to my kidneys, for example. And those are fundamental pieces of knowledge that you've determined because of all the different success plan items that you've done to service that area. For example, if you had a goal to get fit or to eat healthier, then then you would have your key results that measure your progression throughout the success that you're looking for. And then you'd have projects that help you get there. So, for example, a nutritional plan, seeing a nutritionist, dieting, whatever it might be. And if that had achieved the key results that you wanted, then you would have a new master's for you to help make sure that, that knowledge that you've learned doesn't get lost, you don't forget it, and you end up being able to save it for later, and also immortalize, and track the progress. So, for example, like back to the example of, nutritional guidelines being, one of your masters, then your tracker could be potentially tracking your meals, right? To seeing how, how consistently you are working towards and maintaining the things that you've learned in terms of nutritional guidelines. So that's an example of how things kind of connect, right? And then, of course, you have your knowledge hub, which consists of everything that you're learning, books, articles, whatever. It's just basically all the learning that supports your growth. And you can see it connects to your projects, right? So your projects basically need knowledge to then make sure that you're doing things correctly, right? Or at least with the most informed way that possible. Obviously, there's no perfect answer in the world. There's no perfect way of doing things. But ideally, if you have some background understanding from other people who have done similar things, that will help you a lot in making sure that you're working on your projects in the correct way, or at least, again, the most efficient way possible. Recurring quests, again, I think every system needs this, where you have to break down your weekly recurring quests, your monthly recurring quests, your quarterly recurring quests. Quite straightforward there. Also, of course, your daily quests, right? So your daily quests are the things that you do on a daily basis, and you want to make sure that you have those things that are, well mapped out. Something I might do here, actually, which I find pretty interesting, I might actually stack them. Should I? Yeah, no, it's fine. But yeah, so then your daily quests are going to be something that's, we split them up into two different databases, your daily quests and your habits, so that you can see that your daily quests are your journaling and your daily actions that you're going to, and you see that's actually connected to a lot of different databases. It's connected to your inbox, but we're going to show you it's also connected to a few other auxiliary, systems as well. And you can see your habits are the habits that you're actually going to do, the ones that you're going to do every day, every other day, every week, and so on and so forth. And then your inbox is going to be where you can jot down notes, ideas, and tasks and retain them. You have your archived inbox, which shows away your, you get to stow away your entries that you don't need to use yet, right? And then now we start looking into the auxiliary, where I'm going to show you how I'm building out this live and show you how everything else really connects, because this is not it. We have so many more systems that we want to map out. I've only mapped out until here, honestly, right? So there's so many of these systems. I want to show you how exactly I'm going in there, mapping them out, and showing you how it might all connect. So that's super exciting, and let's get straight into it. So for auxiliary, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open it up like that, and I'm going to have my network kind of span out, because I think there's value in doing it that way. So my network, let's open it up, and we're going to see that we actually have a bunch of original databases. We have my network, meaningful conversations, gifts of love, social exercises. And again, if you have been using the system before, you might notice that some things have been renamed and have been improved in terms of the, the database structure and everything. That's on purpose, because this update that we have this quarter has just been amazing. We have so many major improvements for you guys, and I'm happy to also share these with you as part of our conversation here today. So that's super exciting. So we have our meaningful conversations. So I was something there. I'm going to just open up gifts of love as well. So we have gifts of love. Gifts of love. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to format this, but I do think sideways makes some sense. Yeah. So we have gifts of love, and then we have our social exercise. So social exercise. So exercise. And we're going to explain what each one of these are, of course. Okay, so the first thing is my network, people inside my network they're going to be people, the types of content we're saving in here, the types of entries are how many people. Meaningful conversations are, of course, conversations, right? So we're going to go ahead and say this is conversations. And then this is going to, first we have to rename this as well. So my network, it is keep in touch with people that mean the most to you, right? Actually, more like build up meaning, build up connection, build strong bonds with the people that matter most. Okay. Meaningful connection conversations is keep track of conversations that help you learn and grow, to help you grow. Right. So if you had a meaningful conversation with someone in your network, how did that help you grow, and where does it go from there? Gifts of love is an amazing one that I recently came up with. This basically has different types: acts of service, gifts, quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation. We're gonna actually open them all up and show you like that. So there's different types of content here, or of entries rather. So actually, how are you filling up? Keep track of how you are filling up each other's love tank. So there's this amazing idea from the Five Love Languages. It's a book that I've been reading recently, and they share a lot about how everyone has a limited love tank, and through the interactions you have with your partner, with people in your life, friends, family, whatever it might be, how they show you love really end up affecting how secure you feel, right, in life. And by being able to track how your love tank is being filled up by different people in your life, you can actually help, and how you're filling up other people's love tank too, honestly. You're able to then have a better understanding of how your love tank can be filled, how you can be more secure in your relationships, how can you be more happy and more, more in touch with the empathy that is needed to help people connect and bond and feel, at home with you. I think that's very, very intentional and meaningful. So, the five love languages, if you guys are familiar, it's going to be acts of service, gifts, quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation. So, act of service, physical touch, and then we have physical touch, and then we have words of affirmation, and then we have quality time, and then what we have last is going to be, I believe, gifts. So perfect. And then social exercise is another really fun one that I love. Again, recently I've broken it up into into this. Basically, social exercise, if I open up just to show you guys, you're able to then help you bond with your network by creating exercise where you kind of map out in different aspects of life how satisfied do you feel, how fulfilled do you feel in those, and be able to discuss them. So it's super, super nice. We have this, and I'm going to go ahead and map it out here. So social exercises is just exercise. So each exercise you can save at another time, but basically the opportunity is bond with your network by discover maybe how fulfilled your network is on the social score. Discover your fulfillment. No, I think more like discover how fulfilled your network is. Yeah, on social. And then I think that's enough information for now here. Okay, great. So now let's see how everything connects. So my network connects to all of these, and also with some things over here as well. So I want to make sure that it's well taken care of. So you can see other connections: meaningful conversations, gifts, trackers, social exercises, giving session, doctors even, cooking log. So there's a bunch of stuff that it connects to, and I want to make sure that it's easy for us to see. So the first thing is understanding like how everything could potentially, map out. So I do think this should be here probably. And then so we can have this match up on the bottom, and we can then close it up a little bit more. So then you can see that things are like that. I do think my network needs to be in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and move my network to be in the middle here so that it can connect to everything easily, because it's the one that is a super connector. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think the best way is to the best way is probably to have this. Yeah, in the middle is fine. Okay, let's just try this and let's see. So the middle is going to be my network, and you're going to keep track of that. And the way that we connect these is that this database, because again, all of them connect to everything anyways. So this database, all the people can potentially have gifts of love that you're going to keep track of. So we're going to do that. Let's actually open it this way. And then we're going to have all the people in your network are going to have meaningful conversations with you, ideally. And they're all going to do a social exercise with you, ideally. Again, these are all optional. You don't have to do them, especially since these are auxiliary systems. But I want to show you how they all kind of connect and work so that, if and when you want to use them, you have the opportunity to. So that's for my network, right? And there's other connections that we're going to build up in a little bit. But for now, since we have enough here to get started, we're going to go ahead and close this up. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that we go to our next components, right? And we have our next component, which is going to be our things I'm grateful for. So this was only one database, so that's simple. And you have just things that you're grateful for, and that connects to your, I believe, dates, which is your daily quest. So your daily quest now is connected to something. So I need to make sure that it can run over all the way to here. So let's see. I think the best way to do this would probably be, yeah, just putting it below. So I think we have a big section here for auxiliary now. Just like this. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to take one of these, and then I'm going to rename this one. So this one is going to be things I'm grateful for. And the component is, yep. So things I'm grateful for. And then we go ahead, databases, things I'm grateful for as well. And then gratefulness. Okay, and then what we're going to do here is also make sure that everything is labeled well. So things we're grateful for is keep track of your gratitudes and find patterns within. Okay, so that's really important, because if you're able to then keep track of your gratitudes, you're going to be a much happier person, in my opinion, because you're going to be able to count your blessings often and just feel overall that people are there to support you, which they very much are. So very happy to share that lesson with you guys. So here we have this. We're going to connect it here to this way, and then we're going to go here. I'm going to bring this a little bit down so it's easier to see. And there we go. That's it. We have this connection, the things I'm grateful for. The next thing we're going to do, and see, this is getting simple, right? So we can go ahead and just open a few up. So let's do that. Okay, so next one is don't make the same mistake twice. So similarly, let's go ahead and open this. Don't make the same mistake twice. And then this is, again, don't make the same mistake twice. I think I'm going to rename this as well. So gratefulness tracker. This is mistake tracker. Okay, so now we got a chance to rename the stuff as well. So this is going to be called the mistake tracker. And this is going to be called the mistake tracker. And then since we're at it, let's rename the gratefulness tracker as well. Okay, and then with that, we can then go ahead and make sure it's all there. The mistake tracker obviously tracks mistakes. Mistakes. We can do plural here. So mistakes, gratefulness, people, exercises. There we go. And we're going to make sure that this has an arrow to this as well. So we're going to go ahead and make sure there's an arrow here. And I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Perfect. There we go. Now they overlap because they all connect to here. That's awesome. And then we have the mistake tracker. We can close that up now. Time boxing schedule is a super fun one. I really love it. This one is independent, so we can just put it on the side here and it should be fine. So we're going to go ahead actually duplicate this one because it's similar in terms of structure. Okay, and actually I'm going to go ahead and do this one like this so that it's saving more space. Perfect. Okay, that's good. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to rename this one to be time boxing schedule. So time boxing schedule. And the idea for time boxing schedule is that you have a weekday schedule, weekend schedule, activity cancellations, and music anthems. So weekday schedule is here. Day schedule, and then we have a weekend schedule. And then schedule. The type of data being stored here, let me show you, is going to be, let's see. Yeah, it's just the different schedules, calendar entries. So let's go schedule, schedules, and then schedules here. And then what we have here is we have the opportunity to see how plan out your weekdays so that you know what you must. So I think actually better to say like this: the break up your day into intentional parts. To yeah. So when you break up your day into intentional parts, you're then able to focus on more things that matter most to you. And I think that's super important because, for example, you can see here, you've broken up, hey, this is my loops to start the day motivated. These are my loops to get clarity over the day. These are my loops to get work done, my breaks, my level up, and etc. So I think it's very, very, very intentional and very cool. So breaks should be, oh wait, breaks is in the middle. I can just put at the end. Okay, cool. So we're gonna redo this here. So in front of heart into intentional loops. For loops. Okay, so that's it. So that's that. And then now we have our activity calculations, which basically show you how much time each thing is you're spending on in the day. So let's go ahead and say this is activity calculations, and then this is type of activity. Yeah, so this is type of activity. Activity. Calculate how much, figure out your balance on, figure out balance your activities by keeping track of the time spent. Yeah, there we go. And then the last one, but not least, is going to be music anthems. So music anthems. And then we have anthems here. And here is use music to help you get through your loops and help you change context and progress. Okay, so help you progress through the day by listening to good music that helps you change your mindset on what you're about to work on. So it's almost like when you are about to go exercise, you put on some hard rock music to really help you get in the mood of pumping your body and getting into shape. And for all of these, they all connect to each other, so it's just gonna be a convoluted loop. We'll do it something like this. And then what we're gonna have here is similarly, this is gonna go this way, like this. And then we're gonna go here as well. Hopefully that's not too complicated. I'm gonna move this out a little bit just so I can easily shape this. All right, awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and close this up a little bit more. And then now we have everything nice and tidy. Perfect. So that's time boxing. We can close that now, and then we can go to reciprocity ring. So this one is how can we be helpful and giving sessions. So this one is only 2. Let's go ahead and open this one up. This one is interesting because I know it connects to my network, so we're gonna need to have some space here. Reciprocity ring. And again, this one is fully optional because I think it's just a nice to have to connect with my network. And then what we're gonna do here is let's make this a bit wider, I think. Yeah, so I think this is fine. Let's open it up like this. Okay, and then we can have how can we be helpful? And then giving sessions. So type of data being stored here is give and take, right? What can you give? What can you take? And then this is keep track of how you can help others and how they can help you. Okay, and then giving sessions is the different opportunities. Track your opportunities to help others in giving sessions. And track and improve your opportunities and improve. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, by the way, if you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to ask. Hello everyone in the chat, greetings to you all as well. Thank you guys for joining us. So we have sessions here, just like so. And then we have how can we be helpful is then connected to giving sessions, both ways, probably. And if it's both way connected, I usually would make it like so as well. So let's go ahead and make sure that they have arrows on both ends. We need arrows on both ends. Same thing here. These things need arrows on both ends as well. Arrows on both ends here. Arrows on both ends. Very cool. And then same thing here, arrows on both ends. And the next thing is giving sessions. It's going to be connected. So actually, I think these two need to swap positions. Now I can connect these two here like this. But I need to connect here, my network with giving sessions. Just like so. And what happened here? This needs to be connected to this. Like that. Try this again. So I'm going to go down, curve it here, and then curve it into there. There we go. There we go. That's nice. And that's connected like that. Very cool. So now we have a reciprocity ring there as well. And please remember to drink water so we can go ahead and build this out. Getting super close too, actually. And you can see that actually by this time, we have so many different systems already that are helping you keep track of so many important processes in your life, really. And it serves as a way to help you, at least in my opinion, make sure that you are doing things as effectively as you can, and make sure that you're reducing your mental clutter and your potential overwhelm, right? And obviously, you don't need to use every single thing every single day, but knowing that this is ready for you when you do need it, I think is super important. So this is actually your take. This is your take. This is your give. Yeah, your give and take. Yeah, perfect. So let's go ahead and expand this as well then, since I've now determined that there are two types of data in here. So I think what we can do then is just make this wider, taller. Let's then do like this. And then we have give, and then we have take. Perfect. And I think some people, as they're watching this, will be like, oh, what? You had these databases? We had no idea. And yeah, that's the point. That's why we have to do this live stream and, show you guys where everything is. Because I think, again, as our system has gotten more and more comprehensive, there's just so many things that are so many hidden gems, I think. And I really want to make sure that these are well highlighted and, things that you guys can all appreciate. So let's go ahead and see. No, that doesn't connect well. So let's just make this bigger. And then you can see that we have some spacing here, which is good. By the way, that's a notification is whenever Haku, our dog, moves around. So it's very, very cute. As a reminder, not reminder, as a notification. All right, cool. Let's move on. We have our giving sessions. Yeah. Networks members involved. Perfect. Done. Okay, meal planner is also another one that has like a lot of stuff. So I think the best way to do this is going to be just mapping it out first and then bridging it later. So let's map it out first. The thing too is that my network has a connection to it. And I believe also Daily Quest has a connection to it. So I need to make sure I put it in the place where both can reach it really easily. I think here's the only place that really makes sense. So let's just try here. So I'm gonna just duplicate this. I'm reusing the look and feel anyway. And then we're gonna call this one your meal planner. Okay, your meal planner is here. And then what we have is your recipes this week. Grocery list. Okay, so recipes. And then this is gonna be this week. And then we're gonna have grocery list, cooking techniques, cooking log. Cooking technique. And then I'm gonna have a bit more, so let's go ahead and do cooking log. You can see, like, as we keep going, there are some that are just so impressive, I'd say. That's there's so many things in here. Okay, cooking log, and then we have ingredient substitutes, ingredient substitutes, ingredient substitutes. Okay, and then we have random meal picker as the last one. Let's go ahead and click open that. So we have random meal picker. Okay, so now let's explain what all these do. So hopefully you get a good understanding of them, and I can explain things if you need me to. But I'm going to open up all of them first so that you can see all of them ready. So recipes basically is just for you to store all the different recipes that you could potentially be cooking. And it connects to a bunch of stuff. It connects to when you did it, your cooking techniques cooked on. So this actually should be in the center of everything because this connects to everything. So recipes needs to be in the center. So we can do something similar to what we did before, where we have recipes in the middle here. And then we know that it connects to everything. I think grocery lists and ingredient substitutes need to be close together. This week also needs to be close together. And then cooking log, cooking techniques. These two can be together as well. Something like that. One of them will have different types, so I'm okay by knowing that it's yeah, I can connect it like this, and then actually let me check that out later. Yeah, so we have recipes, and then we have and this is save all your home cooked recipes here, and retain the knowledge of how to cook your favorite dishes. Okay, that's super cool. From recipes, then we have this week. So this is just what are you going to eat this week? And then this is just day of the week. That's the type of data. Actually, meals for the week. Meals for each day. Day of the week, I think it's better. Day of the week. What are you gonna eat this week? From your recipe box. Choose what you're gonna eat. Choose what you are going to eat from your. Okay, so that's super important. Right, and then you have your groceries, which have types. So there we go. So groceries have types, and that's why I wanted to know. So grocery list has types, so we're gonna go ahead and make sure that that is that's longer than. So that it's all balanced here, you can see. There we go. So we have our, yeah, I think grocery list and ingredients substitutes need to be together. So let's go ahead and move this. This one needs to be here. cooking techniques. Something like that. Okay, so we can do something like that where we can see, hey, these are all our different databases for it. So grocery list has different types, so like a dairy, fruits and produce, vegetables, etc. So let's go ahead and just do some examples. So we have, grocery list. We have, dairy, produce, fruits, vegetables, etc. So vegetables, and then let's do dot dot dot. Okay, so we can see that we have a bunch of different types of data that we are storing here as well. Yeah, there's no space. Okay, cool. So that's connects like that. Ingredient substitutes is obviously something that's important as well. So all we're doing is just, hey, this is just the ingredient that you can substitute with it. So ingredients are substitute. Okay, and then rename this as well. So track what ingredients you need for the week and purchase. You need to purchase for the week. For week. For the week. There we go. In case the ingredients isn't available, track substitutes in case the ingredient isn't available. So I think that's super important. So let's start connecting stuff. So this is actually connected to this. So this can be two-way connected. This is definitely connected to this, right? Because you need to actually recipes. Yeah. So recipes is connected to this, ingredient substitutes. And I think recipes actually also has, if I'm not wrong, recipes also has types. So let's just open it up. Yeah, we have type main, side, appetizer, dessert. So let's also map that out properly. So we can have mains. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna produce, and then we have vegetables. I think there's enough examples there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close it up like that, which then gives us the opportunity to then go ahead and map this out like this. So I'm gonna put this on the bottom here. So we have substitutes here, just like so. We have recipes, which we're gonna open up a bit more. So mains, we have sides, appetizers, desserts. So appetizers, main, side, dessert for now. Appetizers. Okay, so we have substitutes there. That's good. Okay, let's just keep going first before we end off, so we know what needs to be done. So ingredients is connected to ingredients. Okay, cooking techniques is just connected to recipes. So we just need cooking techniques here. Cooking techniques is really interesting. Basically, we decided that this is going to be useful to help people figure out what technique you need to know when you're cooking. So what specialized skill is needed to make this recipe, right? Or actually more is like build up your skills to make your recipes, to make the best food for your recipes, to make the best build up your skills, are track and build up your skills needed for your recipes. There we go. Okay, so we have cooking techniques here, so that's good. And these things connect as well. Okay, so this week is there. Cooking log must connect to your daily quest, so I'm gonna put that here as well. And random meal picker is gonna be like that. So this week it's just day of the week. Okay, let's see cooking logs. What else is there in there? Yeah, there's no type. That's fine. Yeah, person and recipe. Actually, this connects to my network as well. So that's very interesting. So cooking log needs to connect to my network also. I think it's better to put it at the top then. And random meal picker can be in the bottom. So cooking log. Something like that. Doesn't look perfect. I do hope that I can map it out a little bit better, but it's good enough for now. So cooking log is the log, right? And then track the times that you made the recipe and improve. Or analyze or reflect on the times you made the recipe and improve. Random meal picker is just meal. Randomly decide on make a decision, easily make a decision on what to eat based from your recipes. Make a decision. Okay, so that's good there. So then that's your random meal picker. So let's now connect everything. So recipes connect to grocery list two ways. Grocery list connects to ingredient substitutes. So ingredient substitutes. And then in cooking techniques is connected through recipes as well. And then you have your day of the week, which is connected through recipes as well. Your random meal picker is connected through recipes. And then you have a cooking log, which connects to your recipes. All right, perfect. So then we have this, like so. I think it's better this way. Okay. My ideal is actually at some point we'd be able to yeah, shove this in the middle here. I think it's good for now. Okay, cooking log needs to connect to my network. So we have my network here, and this is connected to cooking log. And then it's going to go both ways. This also goes both ways. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. I don't know why it's not showing up here. There you go. The cooking log is also connected here. And the last thing is to connect cooking log with daily quests. So we need to go ahead and grab this and snake it all the way there. So something like that. And then we're gonna have this. You can see actually even building up the component mind map can be a lot of work. But I think it's really meaningful that we're doing this because then you can really get a good understanding of like, hey, what are all the different components? What are all the different databases? The types of data we save in there? What does this database try to achieve, right? And these are all the things that are super, super important to really knowing like how potentially your system could help you do the things that you need to do. Because ideally, the system helps you, right? That's the idea at the end of the day. And if you know how it could potentially help you, it makes all the difference. So I think that's going to be perhaps where I'll end the live stream for now. And just to give you guys an idea of like how we'll build it out. We've gone all the way to meal planner. I still got to finish up all of these here, right? Plus all of these. But ideally, this gives you a really good understanding of the work that goes into the system, all the different parts of the system that are available. We're going to keep sharing this, live with everybody as well. So this whimsical document will be available for everyone. I think if I keep going at this, it's going to take a really, really long time for us to finish. So I'm not sure we want to go all the way. Let me do one more thing, one more section just for the gamification session so that you guys can have a good understanding of how that one works as well. But after that, I think we'll call it a day. So let's go ahead and make a gamification session. So first of all, actually, this is the old stuff. I'm going to move this away so you guys can just focus on the new. And what we have here is we're going to put a new section for our we're going to do a new section specifically for our gamification. So let's go ahead here and put gamification here. So it's going to be yellow. And then we're going to have this, and we're going to go call it the gamification. So we'll put at the top, I believe it's Excel. Gamify your life. And the important thing here is to make sure that kind of all matches up. I believe there is core and auxiliary, so we're going to need to separate that later as well. But for now, for this, we can go ahead and I wish this was not like that. Anyways, to gamify your life, we have a few components. Let's just go ahead and open them up. Let's say, for example, the leaderboard. So we're going to go ahead and grab the leaderboard. Actually, for this too, I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and connect this like this. It's gonna go around like that. It's a snake around. Okay, perfect. And then what we're gonna do here is just make sure it's cleaned up a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna add only one component into Gamify Your Life just to show you guys how this one will work. But basically, Gamify Your Life, you have leaderboard. And then, for example, here we have leaderboard. We're gonna open it up. We're gonna see how this looks. So we only have one database, right? Which has two types of information, human or pets. So we have leaderboard, and you're human or pets or whatever else that might be there, and then keep track of the characters in your workspace. Keep track of how the characters are leveling up. Keep track how you are leveling up. in your workspace. Okay, and that's like that. And the connections that we have is tags. So we need to connect this to tags, jobs. So everything gets connected to here, badges as well. So you can see that everything will then keep adding, just like how we have everything there. And ideally, at the end of the day, we'll have L control, be intentional auxiliary. We'll have Gamify Your Life auxiliary as well. And then we will have all our grow wealth, creators toolkit, everything will be mapped out. Nice, fine and dandy. And yeah, hopefully you guys can see like we're really keeping track and mapping out every part of your life, whatever you might need to accomplish. We want to be there for you, and we want to make sure that everything is there for you to, successfully do what you want and have the success that you're looking for. And ideally, you can figure out like, hey, if I want to just be intentional, I probably need to keep track of my areas. I need to have some place to store my knowledge. I want to know what success means for me and how to get there. Have my recurring task ready to be done, my daily quest ready to be done, and also my inbox where I can store random pieces of information that I encounter throughout the day. So this is really the way that I would go through this system, and I would map everything out. Of course, the next time you see it, it may have already transformed, so at least stay tuned for that. Hopefully by the end of this weekend, I'll have some really good progress on this, and yeah, we can keep building it through other sessions as well. But I hope you guys had fun watching this stream. If you guys have any questions, feel free to follow up in the comments. I'm always very happy to help and answer anything that you guys might have. We're so excited about the system launch. That's going to be the main priority. There's so much that's coming out with this new launch, and yeah, I'm just super excited with everyone supporting us and all the different things that we can do because of your help and your support. So I think that's enough for me. Please take care. Have a wonderful rest of your weekdays and have a great start to your weekend. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.